This is part 3 of an in-person presentation I gave a while ago, and in this one we are testing the flat Earth. I built a scale model of the flat Earth in the church room there, and we tested things. We put a sun on over the flat Earth to scale, and we used a moon. This is the moon that I used. You can see it's got ABC. Actually, in the video, you don't see this because the camera wasn't quite wide enough to see the whole thing, but you'll have to listen closely. But this is the dark side of the moon, and this is the side of the moon that was facing the sun. So ABC. This will come in later. So we tested the flat Earth to see if the claims of flat Earth match reality. I think you're going to like this one. We're going to test the flat Earth here, and we're going to make a hypothesis. We're going to compute the consequences, and we're going to compare to nature, observation, or measurement. So I'm going to skip this, but Richard Feynman overviewed how to do science in this video, but the audio isn't working, so that's fine. I need some volunteers for this. I need somebody that's about 6 feet tall. I think Will's dad is a good one. And I need also, let's see, you need somebody to run the camera. Yeah, down there. All right. So there's that. And then I'm going to need 3 more people. Let's go. Stringer, you see on the floor over there, there's a piece of tape. And then Joe, there's a piece of tape on the floor over there. And then I need one more in the back here who's about 6 feet tall, somewhere in that range. Okay, I see some fingers pointing. Right over here, you want to do it? So stand on that tape there. And then I need our camera operator here. So, all right. Where'd you go, Gavin? Is it Gavin? Oh, Landon. Who was? I talked to. No, it's Weston. Weston. Okay. There it is. I don't want to get the names wrong. Okay. So grab the camera. So I have a webcam on the floor, and this is what we're looking at here. Is the webcam. There it is. Okay. So now, this is a model of the flat Earth I created. Right there's the North Pole. Oh, you know what? I need somebody to hold the North Pole. There you go. So just put it right there on the North Pole. The tape there. Right there you go. That's the North Pole. You can just hold it there. Okay. So North Pole. This is the equator. And if you ever did, who did Awana? I did Awana. You had the circle on the floor, the multicolored circle of tape on the floor. You got to imagine that if you ever did it. So right here is the equator. There's the equator. There's the equator. There's the equator around flat Earth. This is flat Earth in the room right here to scale. And the way it's going to scale is because in Minneapolis on the equinox, I measured the angle to the sun in the middle of the day. At the highest point, it was 45 degrees, which in Minneapolis, I'm at 45 degrees north. It makes perfect sense. So that's that piece of tape there, and we're going to have the camera there in just a second. And I measured a 45-degree angle. That's 6 feet right there. And if you're about 6 feet tall, you stand there, put it right on top of your head. To scale, that's the flat Earth. Now put the camera on the floor and see if you can see the sun. You see his feet. Oh, it's upside down. There it is. All right, so you can see the sun. This is middle of the day on the equinox. And on the equinox, the sun is over the equator that we drew here. All right, so now let's move it 6 hours forward because on the equinox, the sun is up for about 12 hours everywhere. So over there to Joe, if we can get the ball to Joe. So 6 hours later, in reality, the sun is setting. So can you turn the camera? There's stuff going to be in the way maybe. So let's. Yeah. I don't think you'll be able to. So let's move it. Let's move it another 6 hours. So this is 12 hours after the middle of the day. So this is the middle of the night. All right. So the North Pole, we're going to have you sit down for a second so you're not in the way. So put it up on top of your head and keep the camera right down there on the ground. And then move the North Pole so it's not in the way. There it is. Look at that. 12 hours later, according to flat Earth, you can still see the sun. But in reality, the sun is set. Now, even to be crazier, can we turn out the lights? Even crazier, in the middle of the night, where the sun is, flat earthers will say it's too far away. And you can't see it because it's too far away. That's good enough for the lights. I know the windows are going to make it hard, but I've got, in the firmament, we've got the stars. So if you put your hand over the top of those jars, the stars will come on. Can you move them up a little bit so that it's on the camera? You see, the sun you can't see, according to flat earth, because it's too far away, or perspective, or angular resolution, or diffraction. But somehow the stars, which are farther away, not as bright, and lower, you can see in reality. How does that match? How does that work in flat earth? Flat earthers only will give you words, word salad. All right, thank you. I need the sun holders to stay, but everybody else is done for a minute here. You can stop the camera there. All right, I made this animation of the flat Earth. Somehow the light gets just to the North Pole, and also to the edges there. The distance doesn't make sense. I don't know how. Anyway, so to review, we computed the consequences. We made a model of flat Earth right here. We confirmed the local solar noon matches reality, 45 degrees from Minneapolis up to where the sun is. It's the angle I personally measured. Anybody can do it any day of the year to their location as well. And we moved the sun to the sunset time. It was still too high. We couldn't see it. Stuff's in the way. Didn't expect it. But in the middle of the night, which is nadir, local solar nadir, we could still see the sun. That's the prediction. But in reality, we didn't. And the sun was too far, but the stars, which are farther, are still seen. So test failed. Flat Earth falsified. Flat Earthers get upset when I say that because they want to present other word salads, but no actual physics, no actual explanation, nothing predictable for what will happen. So now we're going to do the Antarctic sun on the December solstice. So if you can all move 1.5 feet farther away from the North Pole, so that's right on the edge of here. So now you're on the Tropic of Capricorn. It's on the model, it's not very far, is it? All right, so let's get the sun back up here, and I need a volunteer. No, wait, right here. No, wait, hold on, I'm sorry. It's fine there. I need one volunteer to stand at the ice wall. All right, you guys in the back. There you go. All right, the ice wall is that piece of tape in the back. So that's the ice wall to scale according to flat Earth. All right, so get the sun up. Can you see the sun? Okay, that's local solar noon for you. All right, so let's move the sun over here to 6 hours later. Now, which way are you facing? If you're facing the North Pole, you're facing north. Do you see the sun? You're facing north, yep. All right, let's get it over here. Move another 6 hours. All right, can you see it? Yes. Looking north. All right, one more. All right, same question. As soon as he gets it, can you see it looking north? Yes. All right, one more time. We need to go to here. All right, now the problem is when you're actually in Antarctica, you don't look north the whole time to see the sun. You look south to see the sun part of the time. So turn around. All right. Put the sun up. Don't look. Don't turn your head. Now, do you see the sun? All right. I wouldn't expect you here because you're looking the wrong direction according to what people see in reality. Let's move it 6 hours forward. All right. Do you see it now? All right. 6 hours more. All right, this is the important one. Look really hard. Do you see it now? What if I say magic words like azimuthal grid of vision? They say that. We say, why does that work? Azimuthal grid of vision. What's that mean? Don't know. What if I say perspective? Caustic coffee cup. None of that? Nothing? That's things that, what about dome firmament? Nothing? All right. You can turn around. So, and thank you to the sun holders. So, in reality, you do see the sun in Antarctica in December, and you see it do 360 degrees all the way around you. This is a picture of a video from Mr. Beast, who went there almost about a year and a half ago. And at 4 a.m., this is at 4 a.m., he's holding up 4. He's saying, it's 4 a.m. and the sun is up. That's what he's saying right now. And at that moment, he's about there where I'm pointing on the picture there. Oh, sorry, the red isn't really coming through too well, but he's down there south of South America. And at that moment, the sun is over near Australia, and there's a big dark part. That's nighttime for them. It's night for all those people there, but everybody else has daylight. But when he looks south, he sees the sun, even though, according to Flat Earth, it's north of him. So, and then here is, again, that same video. This is just a 24-hour sun at the South Pole. So to review, we computed the consequences on our model Flat Earth. We confirmed that looking north, you do see the sun, and that looking south, you did not see the sun. In reality, it is seen. Test is failed. Flat Earth is falsified. And we're going to do another one here. This is the moon. It's actually a moon. I couldn't find a model sun, but I'm going to do this. Let's go for that there. It doesn't really matter too much where it is. So let's go back a little farther. Let's go to Australia here. Send it to Australia. She's sitting there. Okay, now hold up the moon there, and it's got 3 letters on it, right? Now let's say the sun is here, right? Doesn't matter a ton. Let's hold it up there. All right, now, Stringer. Now make sure B is facing right towards the sun. What letters do you see? C. In the back there, back row, what letters do you see? Far back row. A. And Joe, what letters do you see? AB. AB. And over there behind? You don't see any letters. All right, that's good, thank you. So on Flat Earth, with the sun and the moon going overhead, especially the moon, because you can see the features of the moon easily. And you can see the phases of the moon easily. Depending on where you are, you must see a different phase of the moon. The ABC was facing the sun, but people behind it didn't see it. So in reality, people see the same portion of the moon, no matter where they are. And this, I don't know why, a flat earther posted this, showing actual photographs that different people around the earth took of the moon and plotted where they are on flat earth. But if you look at them, you say, well, they should all see a very different portion of the moon, but they don't. They see the same part. So to review moon phases, we computed the consequences on our flat earth model. We positioned the sun and moon in different positions, and you do see dramatically different portions of the moon. Test failed, flat earth falsified again.